Okay, so here's another video for you. So today I decided to fire up the grill, and to be honest with you, I fire up the grill 2, 3 times a week, as I feel most of us should. I feel only real food can be grilled. It's kind of hard to grill not real food, if you know what I mean. So tonight I'm gonna roast a chicken. And so, is grilling healthy or not? Well, I can say that it can be both. It can be healthy and unhealthy. Really short to the point, it's unhealthy if you burn the food. So direct heat, food right over the coals, especially like ribs or things that have like a marinade or oil on it, they're gonna drip down and flare right back up. That's never good. It's all you've done it before, so just stay away from that. So I use direct heat to get a little sear, but then I move it indirectly, and I'll show you in a second what I mean. Stand by. So here I have my grill set up, and I like using hardwood charcoal, and that strange piece on top was in the bag. It wasn't completely turned into charcoal, so I just decided to chuck it on top. I couldn't break it. But yeah, charcoal, and there are my charcoal baskets, and I'll put them in there, and then I'll spread them out and show you the layout once the coals are ready to be poured. Okay, so I have my coals poured here. It's a dangerous little procedure, pouring hot fire. And what I do so I can cook indirectly, this chicken I'm about to show you, is that I'm gonna pull the coals, these baskets, off to the side. It's kind of hard to set this up if you don't have these baskets. So they came with my Weber, but I know you can buy them individually as well, like if a Lowe's or a Home Depot. So hold on a second and I'll put the chicken on. All right, so here's my chicken. This particular chicken came from Snowdance Farm up in Livingston Manor. A friend of mine, Mark and Susan Jaffe, raised some beautiful birds up there, and so I try to get all my chicken from them. Now, this particular bird, oops, I went off screen trying to look at what I was doing. I'm grilling it whole, obviously. And I typically cut the backbone out right down the middle there, and I butterfly. I love doing that. And usually what I'll do when I do that is I will, marinate it with olive oil and lemon juice and thyme and all kinds of delicious stuff. But here I just salt and peppered it, a little paprika, a little garlic powder. And like I said, indirect grilling, so I'm gonna keep it right in the middle. If I wanted to put marks on it, I could put it over the coals, but it's better to leave it over here. Anything that drips won't catch on fire. And it tastes pretty darn good. So we'll give you some updates as we go through it. Anything else I want to say? No, that's it. See you. What do you want to do?
Stick my hand into there and just pull it out and eat it.
You wanna wear it like a glove? You wanna stick your hand right down the middle, and then you just wanna like eat it?
Uh-huh.
A little chicken hand popsicle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, might be a little hot. I might have to advise you against that. So. But it's a wonderful idea. Why am I recording? Because I am documenting and giving an example of indirect grilling and talking about if grilling is healthy or not. So what I'm going to do now is, here's this beautiful glistening chicken. I'll tell you, I gave it a couple of brushings of olive oil. It's a little bright over there. But I'm going to check to see if it's done. Usually, I'll be honest with you, I never time my chicken or meat. I just give it the old kind of poke test and kind of see where things are going on. You can see it's kind of pulling away from the bone here a little bit, and you can tell, by the ends of the bones here. Disclaimer, for health purposes, I have to tell you, using a thermometer is ideal to see if the chicken's done. And ideally what you want is 155, but if you wait for it to be 155 and pull it, then you're gonna have an overcooked chicken. So temperature wise, you pull it at like 145, 150 and let it rest and see if it gets up to temp. Obviously that breast at 136 is too low, so it needs more time. But to be honest with you, lost juices. See, that's a bad thing about temping it, is that when you release it, it'll leak. But we'll give it a few more minutes and see what happens. Okay, I just re-temped it again, and it is definitely within range from a safety perspective. But I'll be honest with you, I never tempt my chicken. I give it the old poke test, and I also live by the old saying by James Beard, and I think Julia Child followed the same philosophy, is that basically pierce a joint, and if the juices run clear, you're ready to go. A little pink's okay. Now, ideally, you want to pull the chicken, and you'll see that that's nice and juicy, and if you heard all the juices coming out. If it looks a little pink, you know, that's okay. You just don't want it bloody. Now, ideally, you know, for safety, temp it. So anyway, my chicken's done. I'm pulling it out, and so I don't mess up the top skin, I'm gonna try to just lightly, oh, juices, and put it on the tray. Anyway, that's my chicken. Just another word of advice on the whole thing is, a lot of times I'll get a chicken and I'll part it out and I'll take that backbone and the neck and all the leftover pieces and chuck them into a bag, and I save all those pieces and get enough to fill a 5-gallon stock pot, and I make fresh bone broth out of it. And so that's one of the healthiest foods that you can consume. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.